Pix 106, Quinn and Cantera, 1-800-LAW-1010, 1-800-LAW-1010.com.
Yeah, pinch hitting for Paul Harding, who's off, I don't know, somewhere warm. It is attorney Chas Farcher. Good morning, Chas.
Good morning, guys.
Well, now, here's my theory, Chas, and no slight to you. It's great to have you on. But last Thursday night, I'm in at Proctor's at that Shen Yun performance, right in the middle, center, like great seats. I look over and there's Paul, and I think it must be his wife, and they're sitting there. Intermission happens. 15 minutes later, the Chosen One and I go back to our seats. No Paul Harding.
Yeah.
Paul Harding.
Good for you, Paul.
Walks out on Shen Yun and left me just sitting there wondering, should I have walked out too?
You were in good company, and I'm sure he just moved to a better seat.
No, what is it? Do you guys have a bunch of seats over there at Proctor's?
I don't know that we have any type of reserve seats or anything like that.
I'll tell you, there weren't very much. There wasn't a better seat, really. That was
really. How was that
good
show,
one.
actually?
Well, it kind of sucked, but I mean,
it's 5,000-year-old dance. How does it sound?
Hey, I was getting my art on.
You're getting your culture on.
Getting my culture on, right?
It's good. It's good for the show that Quinn goes places.
Yes. All right, well, we're really here to talk about something much more important.
Why?
How fat is OJ?
Yeah. How awful is that, Chaz? The guy's back in the news, and all anyone can say is he's fat. Isn't that terrible?
You would think, too, if you're going to do some time in the big house, you'd hit the gym frequently, but I guess not.
Right. Well, the stories we heard about him in the big house are scathing. They're very sexy, if you will. But he's back in court saying that his lawyer that had him like 5 years ago, they did this thing about the
stolen memorabilia
in Vegas, and that his lawyer screwed up. His lawyer asked him for $200,000 or something like that to get a professional to come and examine the videotape from inside the casino. And OJ said, "Screw it, no, I'm not going to do it." Now he's trying to say, "I want out because my lawyer sucked."
Yeah, I handle a lot of appeals in the past, and this is an argument, ineffective assistance of counsel, that inevitably came up in just about every single case. And if you think about it, what the defendant's claiming is, hey, I didn't have a good lawyer, and it kind of goes without saying, don't you think? I mean, if you had an effective lawyer, he would have been effective and you wouldn't be in jail. So every defendant makes this argument,
right,
and it almost never works.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, no, Chaz, because I'm confused. Where are we? Like, he's not in court, but the way it's covered and all the pictures we see on the front of the paper, it's like he's back in court. But he's not technically in court yet, is he?
No, he was tried and convicted in 2008, so he's in prison. He's filing an appeal, so you're appealing that conviction. He may be able to go and argue the appeal or have his attorneys go and argue the appeal, depending upon how the system works in Vegas. But no, I mean, they'll come back for a hearing, and they'll have that. What he's actually got to convince a judge is that not that he had a lawyer that lost, but that he had a lawyer that provided him with no meaningful representation. It's a pretty impossible standard. The only thing that's interesting about this case is that he claims there's a conflict between the lawyer that he had. And what he's saying is that he paid his lawyer something like $700,000 to represent him, but that he had also asked this particular lawyer ahead of time, is this plan legal? And the guy said, sure, go ahead, you're within your rights, which would make that lawyer a potential witness in this case that he couldn't call.
What's the next step? What happens after what we saw yesterday?
A decision will be rendered on this habeas corpus appeal as to whether or not he had effective assistance. If he wins only on the basis of that conflict argument, the best case scenario for OJ is he gets a new trial on these charges. If he loses, he goes back to jail to serve a minimum of 5 more years when he'll be eligible for parole.
As much as we hate OJ Simpson in so many ways because of stuff that he's been involved in or not, if he didn't kill his wife and Ron Goldman, and then if he was told that it's okay to go get your memorabilia and didn't screw up that way, and something happened, I mean, I want this guy to have he's 65. He's not going to live much longer, right?
He'll probably live to be 105.
Yeah, knowing him, right. But I mean, I want justice to be served here, and is that ever going to happen? If he didn't do it, will we ever know?
Well, I don't know that you ever know. The problem with OJ in his case here is that he had such an amazing legal team for his trial in the 90s that's his standard of legal defense that he's looking for. And unfortunately, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit doesn't apply to every single case.
It's like going from Chas Farcher to People's Court. You know what I mean? It's that kind of step
right,
down.
Right, I hear you. That's big time, yeah.
But if OJ didn't win his murder trial, would he have gotten like 30 years for stealing memorabilia? Is this like, Is this a payback in a way? The court doesn't do payback.
It's like
does
they're
it?
No, they don't. And listen, the court went out of the Vegas court went out of their way to say it wasn't retribution for anything that happened in California. But you got to think, you can kind of make light of it because you say, well, hey, here's a guy who was charged with 2 murder charges and didn't do any time. Now he's charged with stealing memorabilia and he's doing a decade in prison. But, really what the charges were essentially are armed robbery.
Right.
The allegations are he went to a hotel room with a loaded gun, held people hostage while he robbed them. I mean, so it doesn't sound that bad when you phrase it a certain way, but when you actually think about it or look what happened, I mean...
But he said he was sorry. He said he was sorry.
All right, so then there you have it. So we'll let him out.
You're in court enough, Chaz. At some point, doesn't everyone say they're sorry?
No, most people don't.
Oh, really?
There's generally not a whole lot of remorse when it comes to criminal court. I mean, it depends upon who you get, but in a lot of cases, no.
Yeah, that only happens when you're behind the bars. You have to just move ahead, I'm guessing.
Well, good insight, man. We appreciate you coming on. It's Chas Farcher from Martin Harding and Mazzotti, 1-800-LAW-1010 and 1-800-LAW-1010.com. By the way, your Yankees are in first place, pal.
Yeah, listen, man, I keep the faith.
For the record,
I know where things will be in October. I'm not worried about now.
I sat here before the season and said, if you're picking the Yankees in last place, you're foolish because they haven't shown you that they can go to last place. They only know how to win.
Well,
and they're winning.
And with amazing competition out there too, they're really striving for greatness.
They backed into first place because the Red Sox.
All right, there you go.
Anyway, go ahead, Chaz.
Let me ask you this: what's up with Derek Rose not playing? What's going on with that guy?
I know.
We talked to Roger Weil, and if I was a Bulls fan or Bulls player, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I would be pissed.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, man. Good to have you on the show. Say hi to Paul for us.
Will do. You guys have a great day.
Later, buddy.